Hello fellow shape enthusiasts, welcome back to another episode in the Blueprint Design series. Today we're going to work on the stacking blueprint. Let's go over and find two shapes that we can stack that don't look the same. I think over here looks pretty nice. And let's get started with our extraction. We'll extract this shape, we'll extract this shape, and we'll bring some belts into the middle to meet. And we will build our stacking array. Now I'll show you how my old stacking array works from the Let's Play series. You can find a link in the description or on my channel. In our Mark III blueprints, we had built this one that took us all the way through the entire game. And basically this takes two shapes in, not to there, and then outputs one shape. Just like that. But this design is not exactly meeting our design principles of being compact or efficient for that matter. Well, it is efficient. It is fully able to handle two full belts of shapes and output a fully saturated belt as well. But the design is definitely not meeting our principle number 2 of being compact and our principle number 3 of being pretty. There is a lot of unnecessary belting going on, and I think we can do a lot better. So let's explore. I think given the size of this, trying to fit this onto a 1x1 platform would take a very long time. So let's just start with a 2x1 platform. I'm going to move my old one out of the way, and we will keep moving it without the two output belts. I swear they've done something with the shift clicking in the new one. It's like much harder to shift click in the new update they've done. I don't know why. All right, so we've got our two input shapes and we're going to have one output, right? And I'm going to definitely try to clean it up a lot more than I had it before. So this is a total mess, right? We have this belt outputting into two separate sections and then remerging it. I don't think any of that stuff is necessary. I'm sure we can find a much cleaner design and we will discover that together. Now let's take a look at this and see how many of these do you actually need to satisfy a full belt. It says 6, right? And I've got them neatly wrapped in these units of 6 that look something like this. So this is like one basic unit. We'll take a basic unit and we'll put it into our new platform to compare. I think I like the form factor of this just because look how compact this looks already, right? And yeah, I think we will probably stick to this. The other alternative to do is probably using this bench stacker. And you guys might be wondering, why would I use a bench stacker? Because these are so much harder to sort of deal with, right? You've got your inputs coming in like that, and then your outputs are like that. But the reason you use a bench stacker is because it only takes 4 instead of 6. But it is bent, so this is like how you would order a bench stacker, right? That's like the sort of form factor. But then is this form factor better than this? I don't feel like this is smaller, right? Is there a better way to do this? I mean, we can try to put bench stackers, maybe if we weave all their inputs together, like a swastika or something. But then you'd need to how would you get something in? You'd need to create one space for the belt to go in. And then maybe you can flip this. Wait, that's the input. Hold on. Oh wait, sorry. All my outputs are going there. Wait, let me get all my inputs coming in and my outputs going out. So the input is this way. So if we have all our inputs going inward like that, and then doing something like that, move this out one, then you can kind of input, or we can input on the other side like this. I guess that's kind of smaller than this, isn't it? But then you've got your output belts, which need to definitely do some stuff. We can't jump because that'll create a much larger form factor like this. And then we can't do, I don't know, is this smaller than this? Let's compare. I feel like they're exactly the same size at the end of the day. I don't know, can you guys get this any smaller? Maybe you need to use these for trying to fit this build into a 1x1. But I think I'm going to stick to this because it's simpler. Yeah, I want to say it's simpler, right? It's a simpler build. So this handles 1 belt and we need to handle 12 belts. So we need 12 sets of this. How can we fit that onto a 2x1 platform? It's definitely going to be tight, guys. It's not going to be a simple build, I don't think. It might be simpler than I thought, but we'll see. So let me just get rid of the top layer first, or maybe I'll keep it just to to ensure that I know. So this is the top layout. There's only one input, so all the output is coming out there. So I think I need to turn it this way to get the input output done properly. Wait, let me just get rid of this top layer, because whatever we do on the bottom layer can be translated to the top layer. How many can we fit? Can we fit even 12 on a platform this wide? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So you can fit 12, and we can mirror whatever we do on this side onto the other side. Then, what should we do for this belt? We can probably collapse these two belts somehow. These are input belts. This is an output belt. This is an input belt. That's an output belt, right? So we get the input belt. Oh, you know what we can do? Because this is an input belt and this is an input belt, these two can just share an input, because one belt feeds 6, right? But we don't need to feed these 6 like this. We can have this belt feed these 6, right? Is that a thing? Let's try. So we get rid of this input belt and we just get this and we have it feed like that. Does that work? I believe that works, right? I don't see any issues with that. Then we copy over this entire thing multiple times with the output belt. I don't see any issues with this yet, but I'm sure I'll find some. This is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. And then we can get rid of one set of this. This still needs, we're gonna need to figure something out with the final two inputs on either side, but I believe this works. And then we've got the outputs coming out this side, which is fine, and we're going to get all the outputs coming out down there. We might need to give a little bit of space for belt weaving, maybe here, I don't know. We'll just try with this much space, because I feel like we need like 4 tiles of space in the middle for the output to be handled. So let's see if we can fit everything in here. Let's do the other side as well, because this build definitely won't be symmetric, since you're gonna have 12 belts coming in, and the order matters because it's a stacker, right? So everything on this side needs to go into the bottom belts, and then everything on this side needs to go into the top belts. So let's see if it's even possible to weave these 12 belts into these 12 inputs. I've got 12 inputs, right, on each side. So everything from here needs to go here. I guess we use the law of shortest distance. Interesting. So yeah, we'll give it a go. I mean, it looks like it's going to be very tight, and you know what, if it's a failed design, I'll time lapse through all of this attempt and we'll try something else. Easy. Bring the closest belt here, I think, to start with. We'll bring this belt maybe just to this one, and then this seems like a good start, right? Where should the top layer go? What are we working with in top layer? Maybe we should get the input belts in the top layer as well, just so we know what we're working with. That's an input, that's an input. So these are our 12 input belts from the top, and they need to come from this side. Maybe we should do the top ones at the same time. So by law of opposites, this should go up and meet it something like that. Then this should go up and meet this one maybe. Try to get it up as close as possible. Oop, pressing all the buttons. Can't redo. Okay, fine. And this is why I don't like using the C functionality. Get that up and get that into there. Get that one up. And we'll get that one up. I'm not sure if this is going to work because we still need input for this bottom bit, but we can always input from this side as well if we need to, so it's not a massive issue, I guess. This one needs input from the bottom, that one needs input from the bottom. Let's just clear it so I don't get confused with the two different shapes. So how can we get this input in? We can probably bring it down. We can, remember, we got a third layer of belts to work with, and that top layer is going to be the easiest because we've got a completely free platform to work with, a whole level. So let's just deal with the second layer input from this side. They need to go into 4 of these things. Oh, this one needs to meet this one, I think, because that's only 3, right? So just something like that, but that's fine. This space in the back is completely free. So let's just cut that. What do we do with this? So we'll go up to our second level and we'll start weaving these out over here. That looks really, really tight, guys, really tight. But let's see what we can do. We'll start with this furthest one, I guess. Is that going to be enough space for this to go out? Interesting, interesting. Might have put too much space here. What if we collapse this all in a little bit? I feel like we're going to need like a little bit more space in the front end to deal with this. So what if we just brought everything like down one? I mean, this is gonna cause bigger issues for, oh, what happened? This might cause bigger issues for our outputting, but let's just do it and we'll deal with one problem at a time, right? Hopefully we can figure out enough spacing for everything. So we'll rehook this up. So that's our first fault. We'll rehook this up. Why is this already hooked up? I'm scared. Okay, we'll do something like that. Maybe the second layer shape should do something there. I don't know. Should we just bring the second layer shape? We'll decide later. Let's deal with this side of shape first. Oh wait, all of this stuff needs to be cleaned up. Give me a second, guys. Alright, second layer. We need to get this out somehow. And we don't have enough space to do like jumps or anything. So let's just collapse this out. Or I just leave a little bit of a tail on these to indicate maybe we might need like one level of space or something. But hopefully we can do some like jumpy magic and get that working. Because I can do that. I can still get this in somehow from the side or something. So that should be fine. But I still feel like I don't have enough space for every single one of these belts. How many can I get out? Let's see. 1, 2. I mean, I can come in directly on these belts from the third layer, I guess. So we can get 3 belts out like this. That makes sense. And where are we trying to get these belts? I'm sorry. Trying to get it there. We can get a third one out like this. Oh no, they're touching, eh? They can't be here. Okay. So these might need to go to this side. Is there anything on this side it can feed? Or maybe it can feed across to the ones on this side. Maybe 2 of them need to go across here and feed these 2 down here. Because they do need input. And 2 of them can go across this way maybe. So how can we do that? With jumpers. I don't want to use up all my space. So let's try jumping. Maybe here and here. Then if they jump, they need to go down and feed this input. And this is going to be really tight for my output. Maybe I should take them to the other side. Why am I suddenly getting the sinking feeling? This design was not going to be as easy as I thought it would be. Let's see. Can we get this onto the other side easily? I don't know. I suppose we can do that. And then down here, we can get this out a bit better. More like direct. Then this. No, we can't do that because this still needs output, right? So we need to get this out the side. Do we need to use this lane to get over here for the level 2 outputs? Maybe. Maybe the level 3 can feed that. We'll try. There's so many options in this, like so many permutations that we just got to like try different things, I suppose. Let's try getting this one out this way. And we'll see if I feed it down like that, that feeds that level 1, and then I need to feed this one. And the most direct route I can think of for feeding that one is by doing that. But I don't know if I'm cucking myself on this side. So that's 2. These ones are sort of easy to deal with. We just need to go down somewhere and like that. And then these 2. So that's like 4 of the two layers out of the 3 done. So we still got a third layer, but I think the third layer is not going to be the major problem. So I want to deal with the first 2 layers. So on this side's input, we've got the first layer done. We need to deal with the second layer input, which, where do they go? We've got 4 going into these 4. This one can continue on here so we don't get confused because that input is done. And these are feeding from the bottom layer. So the second layer inputs need to feed something. And what do they need to feed? Maybe one can do this one. Is that easy to do? Let's see if this jump somehow magically is perfect or almost perfect if that thing wasn't there. Okay, so that's hard. What if they go that way then? Where can they go if they go that way? Let's see. We can do like 1 there. Maybe the second layer shape is harder to deal with than the first layer shape. Maybe the first layer shape can use all this spacing to get out there. Maybe let's try that. So instead of these first layer shapings going up, maybe they can go somewhere else. That one's coming from here. This is already getting confusing, guys. Alright, that one is coming from down here. That one was being fed from somewhere down there. But we'll try to feed these from from the top one, I guess. Why have I connected 1 less tile on each of these? I think when I cut it, it destroyed the tiles. Let me just fix that up. And then the thought was to do something like this to clarify the second layer a little bit. Maybe this one needs to not block the input of everything by coming around this side. And then going down, maybe. Don't know. We'll find out. This one can now go into here. This one can now go into here. This one can now go into here. Okay, that's fine, but we still have a problem because we don't have our first layer done now. So our first layer needs to go feed some second layer stuff. And how would it possibly do that? I mean, we can use the jumps here to do that a little bit, I guess. Like we can jump this first cable out and go here and go up. Wait, where's the feed? Up here and feed like this one, for example. Can we do something similar with this one? We're going to have a lot of problems getting this output out, this back one. Maybe this can somehow go onto the third layer. This is definitely not going to be congruent or symmetric. But this one is a feed, so let's just get 2 of these feeding this. Wait, no, I'm blocking an output, sorry. So maybe these 3 need to go down this way somehow. Can't go up or through. Can you go over? Not really. It's a bit annoying that these guys perfectly jump here, and I can't do that. So this one definitely needs to feed something close by. What if we jump? Maybe we can do the jump on the second level. The second level jump makes a lot of sense, or a lot more sense than doing it on the first level, because the second level has more space, right? So maybe since that one doesn't work, maybe we can do a little bit of a combination move. So these 2, since they have space up here, they can go out this way. That gives this one the ability to feed that one. Then these 2 need to feed a new belt, and these 2 need to feed a new belt. And I have 4 here, right? So maybe this one can feed that one can feed that one. And then I've got belts here. Why do I have 4 random input belts here? These 2 now also need to feed not that one, but that one, like this. And then this one now can go out here and maybe feed this. Like that. This one can go over here. And now I just got my... Okay, so I've got all my 4 on both sides done. So to recap, the level 1 4 inputs are done on this side. Level 2 4 inputs are done on this side. Level 1 4 inputs are done on this side, and level 2 4 inputs are done on that side. Now I should have 4 inputs left that need to all come from level 3. So my bottom layer shape has 1, 2. Wait, no, these are being fed already. Sorry. It has, let me just try to figure out. It's very hard to see when you're working with these multi-level designs. So you got 1 that feeds these 6. Then you got 2, 3, 4. So they just need to come from the third layer and then just cross the entire world and come down somewhere. Where can they come down? This is actually not going to be as easy. So which one should feed which one? Let's just get the third one here to get started. And then we'll get this going down 2 levels to feed that one. Then this one, these all need to sort of cross this way somehow. Maybe over here. Then we can go down and feed this one. I want the feeding to happen as close as possible, like that. Yeah. Then we can always edit these designs. It just becomes a little bit more difficult to edit designs. Just trying to find, should I go the shortest path or should I keep them like together so that it's easier to jump later? Because I feel like I'm going to need to do some jumping definitely. But we'll just do it like this for now. That way we can see what we're doing and then we can decide later on. There's going to be a lot of editing on this one, guys. Not video editing, but like belt editing. But yeah, that's our 4 inputs on, all 12 inputs on the bottom layer done. Now we need to get all 12 inputs on the top layer done. So that's coming from here. And where do they need to go? They need to feed all of the second layer. So there's 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Is that one being fed already from the top layer? I'm confused. 1 second. Where is this being fed from? Ah, this outside one is being fed from the final bottom one. So that goes there, 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 and then closes. So my 4 are here, and they need to come from the top layer and go in. So I definitely need to get some belt hopping going on here, because there's no opening anywhere here to do anything, right? So I need to definitely give some room here, and I don't know what room I need to give, but we will find out. So I guess the first one can go to the first one. So like something like that. And then go in. Then the next one's going to need to go to the second one and go through this gap. Then we'll go down and in. That's fine. And then the next one's going to need to go through more gaps, but how? So it needs to go in somewhere here. I can feed it from the second level through the center instead of the bottom. So let me cut some of these belts using jumpers. That way we can clear the center and allow these 2 belts through. We're going to definitely need to cut stuff with jumpers, right? So we can always feed in like from this side, and it's probably smart to feed these in from this side too instead of doing this craziness. But we can find out. That's fine. And do something like that. So that's all my inputs in, guys. I think that's all my inputs in. So we've got 1, that's this 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, and then all these are the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I believe all 12 belts are now feeding in. Now the challenge is to get 12 belts out. So where are my outputs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they need to go into level 1, level 2, and level 3. So I think we still continue with our law of simplicity, which is let's get the easiest ones out first. So I guess these two, and probably these two need to do like one of these hops like that, I think. So if we do that, we can get that out, we can get that out. That's level 1 done. We got 8 more belts to get out, and we'll see how we do that. So these need to go to level 2, but level 2 is not exactly free. So let's just go up first, and then we can figure out where to go when we get up there. Where can this go up? So this might need to go up like that, and then that needs to go up like that. Right? And then this also needs to do hopping, but where can this do hopping? Because all of this is crazy at the moment. So see, this is being blocked by my input. I mean, I can put my jumper here, but then this is in the way. But can we reroute this? Where is this coming from? Is that coming from level 3? Yeah, that's coming from level 3. So it doesn't need to come in right there. We can get it to route the other way. So let's do that. So we'll go there, and then we'll go there, and then we'll get that out of the way for the output, and then get it to feed. So remember, every single input has 2 ways you can feed it. So now that clears this area, that allows some jumpings. So let's do some jumping like that and like that. And then can we get that out like that? And oh no, that was so close. But we can just move these jumpers up 1, right? No, hold on. Let me figure that out again. So they all need to come out. There's no room to jump here. So they have to jump here. And then this has to jump here. And then this has to jump here and here. And then this has to jump here and here. But that's fine. I can get this belt to... Where is the input being fed? That's being fed from this side. But this can loop-de-loop around either way, right? It's being fed in here. Can we do something? Can it loop like that way? No. Well, why is this hard? I mean, we can always do something like janky like this. Or we can figure out how to merge these 2 input belts. Surely there's a way to get this one and that one to join. Let's get this output done first, and then we'll figure it out. So that's out. That's out. Can I do more hopping and create like some room? I can. Yeah. It'll be a bit janky because now this thing comes in here, goes that way, and also has to go this way to feed this one. A little bit weird like that. It's probably an easier way to do that, but I'm not seeing it as I'm recording this video. Guys, when I record these videos, I'm not always doing things in the most perfect, efficient way possible, but if I sat here and tried to figure out the most clean way to do everything, then it's gonna take forever, right? I put all these blueprints online, so you can download my blueprints. You can clean up the builds. You can very cleanly adhere to principle number 3, cleanliness, and not do crazy stuff like this. I'm sure there's a cleaner way to do that. But for the sake of brevity, we're going to just forge on. So we've got our second layer of stacked shape out. And then we just need to do our final layer, which is the 3rd level, which also has some craziness going on. So where is our last 4 shapes? So it's over here in the back. So they need to come up and then out. Holy moly. Let's create some room over here. So we might need to leverage this space here to do some stuff. Can we get them like back here? I'm trying to, because they have to go from the bottom level up 3 levels. So I think this first one, and then we can get them out like that, right? So they're just gonna have to do some crazy weaving, I think. I didn't keep a very good pattern here, so definitely. All right, so there's 1. That one can't go there, but it can go here. There's 2. Just trying to get them up to the 3rd level first. So that one can go through here. Nope, that one can't go through here. Where can this one go up? None of these spaces going forward are free. So maybe I need to hop some of these belts like this and create some space, but then level 2 is blocked. I'm seeing a tile that can come out through here, but then level 1 is blocked. Oh my. We need to get, maybe, is there a way to get this back here somewhere? Is there a better way to route the level 3 belts is the question. Well, since all of this stuff is in the middle, why don't we route the level 3 belts like somewhere along here and clear the mid for the output? How does that sound? Because at the moment they're going here. So we'll clean up these belts. I'm trying to remember where they all go. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this first one needs to go across there. That's fine. So we'll leave one. Wait, let's get rid of this jump. We'll leave 1, 2, like something like that, right? So we'll leave some free tiles here, but basically this one needs to go over here and meet over here. So let me put a jumper that clears the midsection. That way we can keep the midsection clear for the output. This one just needs to go over here and meet its friend over here. And then this one, where was the 2 inputs? Here and here. So this one needs to go here to meet over here. So we can probably just do 1 at least. We can probably afford 1. But then this 4th one, maybe we will go all the way out here and have this jump the middle section as well. That way we clear the mid for input purposes. That looks a lot cleaner already. Why do I need that? Maybe we can clear the mid even more if I do something like that. What if I did a jump and then we loop this around from the back? I had to input from this side because there's no way I can input from there. So we'll have to do something like that, and then we'll go down and in. Wait, is that meant to go on the bottom level? No. We'll do the jump and then we'll go around and down 1 level and in. I think that's the way to go. Yep. I think that's the way to go. And then now we've cleared the entire midsection, which will allow this to be a lot handled a lot easier, because now this has space to come up to the 3rd level like that. And this has space to come up, not through there, but maybe through like here. Nope, like here. Yeah. So now we've got our 4 inputs. It's a little bit janky, but that's fine. We can line them up a little bit like that. And then we can do some hopping. So definitely we need a hopper like here and here. And then we need a hopper like here and here. So that should work, I think. We'll try it and then we'll find out. So that still definitely needs to hop, but this one's going to struggle to hop. Oh man. Alright, maybe we don't do so much hopping. Start again. When in doubt, always just start again. We've got 4 layers, so why do we need to do the double hopping? We can get 1 going out this way. We can get 1, this one can hop because it's a bit annoying. Then we can get 2 going out this way, right? We do have 4, we did leave ourselves 4 lanes of space like this. So why not use them? That makes perfect sense. Like that, right? Is that our 4 output layers? I believe it is. So then maybe we can hop this section. Then we can just keep doing little hops. And we're out. I think we're out. Is this a solution, guys? Is this a stacking solution? I don't like this mess. It's not super clean. I mean, I'm sure there's a better way to route these cables, but for the sake of brevity, we're gonna take principle number 3, cleanliness, with a grain of salt. There's probably a more symmetric and orderly and congruent way to build this than what I've done, but I've managed to get all 12 input belts in from both sides, and then all 12 output belts out, I believe. We do need to do some testing, so let's quickly just go ahead and do that by putting down a bin. Just like that, and we will see if we are indeed getting full stack shapes. I'm not liking this. What is happening here? That top layer is not doing anything. There we go. There's a issue with one of the bottom layer ones, so let's see where that's coming from. No, that's coming from the top layer. That's fine. And look at that, guys. Look at that. We'll let that run for a bit, but I believe it's looking good. It's definitely looking good, guys. Look at that. We've got a fully saturated stacked shape, and that is wonderful. So the square is on the bottom, right? So the bottom goes in the top and the top goes in the bottom. Excellent. That's super confusing. But that's fine. You can always label your thing. You can add a little label here, and oh no, I can't even add a label here. Where can I add a label? Can I put on the top layer? Yeah, I can, and then that should be fine. We can put this and say that's the bottom, and that's the top, because order does matter in this build. So you definitely want to maybe put a label in there, and then that's your output, and that's all good. And if we're happy with that blueprint, we can just save it. You can save it with or without the wings. I'm thinking I'll just save it without the wings because it makes it a bit easier to place. But look at that, guys. Look at this compared to our old build. This is our old one. It's a mess of cables and a lot of unused space, and we've condensed it all to this lovely little thing. Can you guys condense this into a 1x1? Please, if you do, show me. A 1x1 looks like that. So if you can get this mess into this, then, well, you're a genius. But that's homework for you guys. I think I'm happy with this build, so I will save the blueprint, and all of these blueprints will be made available to you guys in the Google Drive link that I put in the description. So definitely go check that out. Have a play with these blueprints. They'll definitely help you through the main normal mode game. All these blueprint designs are based on a full completed playthrough of normal mode. So if they don't work in hard mode or hexagonal mode, obviously they're not going to work in hexagonal mode. But yeah, where's my stacking thing? Yeah, found the stacking icon. So we'll do stack, stack, stack. And then we'll put that in our blueprint redesign series. We'll give that a save. We'll go to our folder, blueprint redesign series. We'll drag that onto our tool belt of awesome blueprints, and we're good to go. I think I like my stacker here, right? Because stacker and painter I usually put next to each other because they're like the main things that you use all the damn time during your playthrough. So that's your half destroyer, your quarter destroyer. Excellent. We're getting there, guys. We've pretty much got all the basic operations done. Stay tuned for more episodes in the blueprint redesign series where we're going to deal with some of the more complicated concepts, such as we've got pinning and we've got crystallizing to do next. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you don't want to miss out on the video, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.